Hey guys, it's Shanel Cooper-Sykes, and I want to talk about your attitude. There are a lot of people who are walking around with a really stank, nasty, unappreciative, unaware, very selfish, stank, jacked up attitude. You know what I'm talking about. You probably experienced someone like that, or you may be like that yourself. Just angry at life, and you don't even realize it. I realized throughout my womanhood that the most important thing that I have in my life is my attitude, my perspective on life. Your reaction to things creates the feeling that you have. And the primary feelings that you have in your life, the primary emotions that you're experiencing in your life is what your reality is going to be. So if you're watching this right now and you are discouraged, if you are frustrated, if you are confused, if you've got anxiety, if you're afraid of something, if you feel like life is just not going right for you, like you just can't get anything right, it's just your attitude towards life. Because whatever attitude you give life, life gives you right back. Well, attitude can be good or bad. And the beautiful thing about your attitude is that you get to choose your attitude. You get to choose which attitude you embrace to create your day. So let me break down attitude. So A is for awareness. Right now I want you to become aware of your attitude. How have you been feeling? What have you been saying? What have you been thinking? Being aware is the first step to change. So awareness. The second thing is to think. Think before you speak. So many people react without really thinking about what they're going to say. That people open their mouths and all kind of crazy mess comes flying out of their mouth with your neck moving and all of this stuff, and you don't realize what you're really saying and how you're really affecting somebody else. So the second T in attitude is to think. The next T is to thank. Yes, say thank you to life. Have gratitude about your life. I talk a lot about gratitude. Gratitude is the number one thing that you need to have in life to be able to receive anything. Because until you're grateful for the things that you have, God will not give you anything else. So gratitude just basically means having a great attitude. Next thing is an attitude, which is identity. Each and every one of us have different identities. We're different people. And who you are today is a result of your upbringing, your schooling, your friends, your parents, people who influenced you when you were younger. Your belief systems are the things that have shaped you. So everything that you're doing right now when it comes to money, how you're handling money, the amount of money that you have, the school you go to, the job that you have, the relationship that you're in, the marriage that you're in, the way your body looks, everything that you're experiencing right now is a result of your belief systems. And your belief systems, basically, that's who you are. So identity, really evaluate, who am I? And how have I developed these belief systems? Now, if you have some belief systems that need to be changed, like maybe your daddy wasn't there for you and you've had some bad male experiences. So you're saying, well, all men are dogs. I can't find a good man. I can't stand men. Men don't treat me right. That's a belief system. Maybe you're saying, you know, I ain't got no money and I can't find a good job. Maybe it's because when in your childhood you watched your mother struggle, or your single mother, you know, work really hard to get the bills paid, and now you have that same belief system. So your belief systems are your identity, and your identity is going to create the attitude that you have towards life. So reevaluate your belief systems. How is your mind programmed? So identity. So the next T is trust. Trust. Trusting God. Absolutely. Faith. When you have an attitude of faith, when you know that you are about to receive something, or when you know that if you take this leap, God is going to catch you, or when you know that things are going to get better without a shadow of a doubt, that creates a trust with you, and a trust and a bond with God. And when you have that trust, your faith is increased. And when your faith is increased, it allows you to have a great attitude. So trusting in yourself and trusting in who you are as a person, trusting that you are worthy, trusting that your gifts, your talents, and your abilities will add value to a company, or you can start your own company, really trusting in yourself and believing in yourself. So that T was trust. The next one is understand. Many people don't know how to communicate because they don't know how to understand the other person. Understanding or perspective, the way that you are perceiving something. So if you're in a situation and you're in an argument or you're trying to figure something out, stop for a second, go back to that other T and think, and then try to understand the other person's point of view. So it could be little bitty things. You know, I was at a restaurant the other day and the waitress, she had a really funky attitude. And instead of me being like, you know, do you have a problem, or do you expect to get a tip, or, you know, me having a funky attitude right back, I decided to sit back and really try to understand how she felt. And it was 10 o'clock at night. I was looking at her feet. I could tell she had been on her feet all day by the way she was walking. I could tell that she had been at work all day because her eyeliner was all smudged. And I realized that she had had a very long day at work. And I looked at her hand. She had a ring on her finger. So I said, now she's going to have to go home and deal with her husband, and she probably has children. So that is why her attitude is like that. So I thought about it. I understood her situation, and what I did was I gave her some of my energy, and I'd said something positive to her and uplifted her and made her feel good, which changed her attitude. And then I left her a really big tip. So understand. Instead of just instantly catching the attitude and snapping the attitude with somebody, really step back and put yourselves in their shoes and try to understand their perspective. The next D in attitude is decision. The power of decision. Many people do not have what they want out of their lives because they have not decided what they want. Indecisive people are broke people. Indecisive people are unhappy people. Indecisive people are people who are full of fear. And that is because they are afraid of the unknown. Like, if I make this decision, what is going to happen? They're afraid of the unknown. So instead of making a decision, they stay indecisive and they stay in this kind of holding pattern. Well, see, until you make a decision about something, the next step can't happen. So in order to change your attitude, you have to be a decisive person. So decide to decide. And I know it's really hard when you have a lot of opportunities and a lot of things that you could do and a lot of potential. So here's the trick to that. Have gratitude for all of the opportunities that are available to you, and then choose one. Choose one and do it. The richest, happiest, most prosperous people are decisive people. They are quick to make a decision, and they take a very long time to change the decision, if at all. People who don't have much take forever to make a decision and are quick to change it. So be decisive. And the last E in attitude is expectations. If you are not expecting to receive something great, if you're not expecting more money, or expecting a great man to show up in your life, or expecting your relationship or your marriage to get better, or if you're not expecting to release some weight, or expecting to be happier, if you're not expecting much out of life, then you're not going to receive it. And many people are expecting to fail. Many people are expecting to be broke. Many people are expecting for their lives to be jacked up, and they affirm it. They say it all the time. Like, oh, I can't get that, or I'm broke, or girl, please, you think you can really get that? You know, they just have a really jacked up attitude about life. So reevaluate your attitude. Let me go over these again if you want to write them down. So attitude stands for awareness, thinking, thanking, identity, trust, understanding, decision, and expectation. So think about that. Work on your attitude. It does not happen overnight. Having an extraordinary psychology, having an extraordinary attitude towards life creates an extraordinary life. But it doesn't happen overnight. It takes practice. So I want you to make a commitment right now to changing your attitude, because you will change your life. So thank you so much for watching, guys. This is Shanel Cooper-Sykes, author of the book Stilettos in the Kitchen. You can get my book on Amazon.com or stilettosinthekitchen.com. And go make today amazing. Expect to have a fabulous day. I'll see you next time.